Scottish salmon sector is a vitally important part of every rural and island community, whether it's right down the west coast of Scotland from the Argyll Peninsula north here to Shetland in the very far north, next stop Norway to the east, Canada to the west. So here today on a sea farm in Shetland, there are men and women looking after fish, making sure the fish are in great condition, and we employ fantastic people right across our businesses. I'm most proud of that great range of men and women who make this industry what it is today, producing fish not just for the market here in the UK, but right around the world.
We are very lucky to work in a beautiful part of the world. Sometimes when you're coming home from a long day, back on the boat, back to shore, you have to remind yourself that you're getting paid for this.
The vistas around here are certainly spectacular. Every morning the commute into work, you're just filled with beautiful vistas. I don't think many people can happily say that they enjoy their commute to work, but I certainly do.
For me personally, I've always enjoyed working with fish. When I was a child, I had lots of aquariums and hung out for too long down the aquarium shop.
I was 15 when I started salmon farming as a weekend and an evening fish feeder, and that's what kind of got me hooked. And as soon as I left school, I went into fish farming, and I've been there pretty much ever since.
When I started in the industry, we talked a lot about jobs. We didn't talk about careers. It was only in the late 1990s that we started to focus on careers and talking about careers. And when I left Maui, I can honestly say at that time there were something like 74 different occupations within the company. When I started, you could probably have counted maybe 8 or 10 different occupations. So the industry has provided a huge range of opportunities for people who've got all kinds of skills.
This industry is all about the people, all about the staff that work here. We've got so much varied experience here. We have guys that only started working here in their late 50s that are integral to how we work. They come with so much experience from the fishing industry, joinery, all walks of life.
Yeah, if I'm moving from oil and gas to kind of a more sustainable sector, it's kind of just opened up a new chapter for me, and this just opens doors to new career paths, really.
We're helping keep communities viable, otherwise people may have to move away from the area to seek work, but actually aquaculture is giving them a straight career path straight from school, and the future is bright. There's so many opportunities they can stay locally for.
The industry has certainly provided my family with the means to be able to live and work in Shetland. I've got 3 children who go to a local school. It's allowed me and my wife to be able to bring up our children in a place as beautiful as Shetland.
Some people may be surprised at just how many women there are working across the aquaculture industry in Scotland and further afield. And once upon a time it may have been very dominated by men, but there's women in all aspects, so in fish health, in production, working in nutrition and across the board really. And yeah, it's a very supportive industry I've found for women coming into it.
Every job within salmon farming supports approximately 5 other jobs, supply chain jobs within the community, from truck drivers to local shops. We spent over £10 million with local companies, local suppliers in Shetland alone last year.
At the moment for the diving in Shetland, I would say 90% of our work is aquaculture based, so it's a massive part of certainly my department and the company as well.
We are very fortunate to have great training opportunities and supportive team members and managers. So I've been able to take on new experiences, learn new skills, and that's got me to where I am today.
I've completed my SVQ level 2 last year, and then they've enrolled me onto my SVQ level 3. So that's basically a course that goes into detail about every aspect of the job.
You're not just feeding fish, they also like to develop you and grow you as a person really. They've put me through my powerboat level 2, they've put me through my forklift course, plankton courses, so we now know what's in the water and stuff like that. And yeah, a lot of fish health goes into Westeros.
Healthy fish is everything we strive for. Having healthy fish is what this job is all about. On a site like Muck, we can have up to 1.5 million fish at any one time. So being on top of our A game with fish health is really important. So all of our environmental sampling, watching the fish on the screens every day, having regular health samples, all of these things contribute to having healthy fish, and at the end of the day, that is basically what we're here to do. A healthy salmon is a good shiny salmon, a nice slimy skin, beautiful nice bright red gills, feeding very well, good body condition, just a nice happy healthy looking fish.
We have many reports, standards, regulations to step up to, and we want to do that every day because we do come under great pressure from the public and from regulatory bodies. We welcome that challenge because we want to prove to everyone that we're producing top quality Scottish salmon.
I think one of the most important things to understand as fish farmers is that we're caring for this animal for 2 to 2.5 years throughout its life cycle. So you're talking about a fish which throughout its production cycle from egg to harvest will require about 1.3 kilograms of food to produce a kilogram of flesh, which is remarkable, which makes them a very sustainable choice for a food production animal.
Aquaculture is very important to the rural communities. I myself grew up in a rural community, in fact here at Loch Eilert. A lot of the places where we have farms are in fragile rural communities. Our staff not only work there, but they live there and they're raising their families. So it's very important to us to be a very good neighbour.
Having aquaculture here on Rum is very important for hopefully boosting school numbers, hopefully boosting the island's population, hopefully boosting more ideas coming to the island.
There is an issue of a shortage of housing along the west coast of Scotland. It's a very popular tourist destination, and that has led to a lot of the properties becoming Airbnb or short-term lets that aren't available to employees or people looking for a longer term housing solution. We've partly solved that problem by building houses, and currently we have 12 staff living in those houses, and those jobs probably wouldn't have happened without having housing available.
Here on Rum, we knew that there was an issue with housing, so when we decided that this would be a good location for a farm, we knew that was something we'd have to tackle. So alongside building housing for our staff, we worked with the community and provided service plots for them to build community housing alongside our staff accommodation.
I think salmon farming has done, wonders for the rural economy. We keep people in these small, sort of fragile coastal communities, and it's important to us as a company to sort of connect with the communities.
If it wasn't for the community, then we wouldn't be here. We have to give as much as we take, so we try and be as beneficial as we can for the community.
We gave out over £150,000 last year in local community funding to football teams, schools, care centre, gardening initiatives, massive variety of different projects we've supported over the years.
You can see the transformation that is beginning to happen, where our employees are now obviously living and staying, and their children are going to the local schools. I help manage and coach local girls' shinty team, and it's not just the players on the field, it's the wider community. It's a real support network, and it brings a lot of people together. That's really rewarding to us as a business.
Scottish salmon is known for quality. That of course comes through the way we feed the salmon and the way the salmon are reared and the shelf life and all these factors, but fundamentally it is the taste that's important.
It's very interesting to see the knowledge and the good management of the production they have here. French people like Scottish salmon because they are sure about the quality.
The customers like the Scottish salmon.
because of the origin, the taste, the color. It's a healthy salmon, it's well raised in Scotland and in a good environment.
I love to eat salmon. Top tip, marinate it in whiskey.
I like cold smoked the best. And my mum, she does some nice baby potatoes with it as well.
Barbecued with a bit of lemon, salt and pepper.
Cold smoked, wrapped around some Scot lobsters, fresh out the sea with Mary Rose sauce.
When you're buying Scottish salmon, you know you're buying something that's a cut above the rest. Scottish salmon truly is the best in the world, and that's why chefs in the very, very best restaurants in North America and Japan and in Sydney are using this on their menus.
We'll continue to play our role in producing food for the international marketplace, making sure that we grow our fish in the most sustainable manner we possibly can, because that's what the consumer expects of us and that's what our people enjoy doing. That's our future. Come and be part of us.